Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashanti. If this is your first time here, if it's not your first time here, welcome back. And y'all, today's video, I'm actually gonna have to break it down into 3 parts because there's this one story time that there's quite a few people who actually want to hear it. So I figured if I'm gonna give y'all that specific story time, then I need to give y'all like what actually led up to that thing or that one thing happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all real, give it to y'all raw. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, y'all, so a little bit of background. When I was a senior in high school, I had a girlfriend. We're gonna call her KK so I don't accidentally slip up and say her real name because I don't want to make her feel special. So anyways, I'm gonna just jump right to this one specific day because I feel like this is kind of what started everything and like led up to everything. So KK was a year older than me, so I was a senior in high school, she was a freshman in college. Y'all, mind y'all, I was literally in high school doing everything for this girl. Like everything that she needed for college, I was getting for her. Like her mama wasn't doing nothing. So she gets to college and y'all flips a switch. She wants to switch up and she get around this new group of friends and she was just like acting real different. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So like she called herself breaking up with me, and then she asked me to come to her dorm. This was like on a Saturday, and I remember because I think this day I was in my mama's car when I drove out there. So I'm on the campus. Mind y'all, she had already broke up with me before I even went out there. So I'm doing my little thing, my little whoop the whoop. I've been texting other folks, whatever, like, because the girl was breaking up with me like every other week. Like, I'm not finna keep doing that. You in college, I'm all the way over here. Like, just going about your separate ways. So I'm there, I'm in the dorm, and she's sitting here like trying to talk and all this other stuff. Like, you already tried to clown me on Twitter and all this other stuff. Ain't much to talk about. So she snatched my phone out of my hand. I had changed my password, but I guess she had put her fingerprint in the phone and I didn't really realize it. So she unlocks the phone and she started going to my messages. Baby, I already up and snatched my phone in my hand because ain't nothing up in here pertaining to you. So why are you trying to read my messages? So she got mad because I wouldn't let her go through my phone to read my messages or whatever. And she started calling out my name and trying to put me out her little dorm. Like, girl, if I want to take everything up out of here with me, I can, because I done paid for most of this, so whatever. So I go or whatever. Yeah, I guess she thought I was finna like beg her, because when I go to get in the car, like, she go around to the other side. First of all, she followed me all the way out of her dorm into the parking lot. Y'all, these dorms was not close to the parking lot. I had a good little walk to get back to the car. So she follows me all the way back to the car, and she's like pulling on the passenger door trying to get in. I'm like, you was not gonna get up in here. And she was like, I'm just trying to talk to you, like, you don't want to talk, da da da. Girl, you just tried to clown me and put me out your dorm after you had already been broke up with me. You mad because I won't let you go through my phone. Like, it's done at this point. And so she was like sitting there trying to plead her little case or whatever. I'm sitting here putting the address in the GPS so I can get ready to go home. And I drive off. Y'all, I look up in the rearview mirror, the girl following the car out of the parking lot. I'm like, whatever, I'm not gonna do this. I don't know how far out this was from when that incident happened. Maybe like a week or two. So I was in drill team and stuff, and I believe this was the last football game of the season. So me and my friends had plans like, okay, after the game, we going to the tattoo shop, we going to do whoop the whoop. So y'all, I'm at the game or whatever. I go up to the locker room, change back into my regular clothes after like the game and stuff is over. I tell my friend Atia, just meet me at the car, like, cause me, her, Tuki, and Shania, we was all going to the tattoo shop together. So I tell Atia, just wait for me at my car and, you know, ride with me, whatever. Y'all, why would I go to the car, Atia standing at the car, and then KK standing in like the next parking spot over? Like,
Paul, why is you here?
You broke up with me, tried to clown me on Twitter, and now you showing up in my football games for what? She was like, I need you to drop me off or whatever. Oh, because her mama had just had a baby. So her mama came to Conroe to the hospital because that's where she had her baby at. And she was like, I got dropped off up here, da da da. I was like, okay, well, however you gotta put it, how you need to get back to where you're going. And Atia was like, Ashanti, just drop her off. Like, the hospital is on the way to the tattoo shop. So whatever, I let her in the car. Mind you, her and Atia have like never met each other. And she gonna try to question Atia, talking about, is you her new girlfriend or whatever. I told Atia, I said, don't even answer her. Because first of all, Atia was in the front seat. If you riding over here, you finna get in the back or in the trunk. Because you not riding front after how you been acting with me. I tell Atia, don't even worry about her. Like, just ignore her. So y'all, we get to the hospital to drop her off. And when it's time for her to get out the car, she's sitting here trying to do this thing, want to beg and plead, talk about, can we talk? I don't want to talk. So she gets out the car, and instead of going into the hospital to go to wherever her mama was at, she sits on the sidewalk and start crying. Baby, hop through the car and drive. We finna go. Like, I'm not finna keep doing this. So we pulling out the parking lot. Atia's like, Ashanti, like, that's so mean. Just let her ride with us and you could just bring her back afterwards. I'm like, I should have told Atia to shut up. Like, girl, just hush. Like, you heard how this girl was just up here trying to talk crazy to both of us. So I'm listening to Atia. Y'all, while I go back and pick up the girl, we had like a 15-20 minute drive to the tattoo shop. And y'all, we get in the tattoo shop. Mind y'all, like I said, I had been talking to other folks doing my little whoop. This was when like Snapchat had just did the little update where like when you see the button that you use to take a picture, like instead of it just being like the little button, you could see the most recent picture that you had taken. And the most recent picture that I had taken was with this boy. So I guess I was checking my Snapchat and she was over my shoulder and she saw the picture. Y'all, she hurried up and snatched my phone out of my hand and tried to hurry up and go look at the picture. Like, there's nothing you can do. You broke up with me. Like, I'm not gonna sit around playing these games with you. That's what she wanted somebody to do, but y'all wasn't gonna be the one to do it. So this girl starts carrying out in the middle of the tattoo shop, falling out, crying, all on the floor. She's like on her knees, like holding on to my hands, like, please don't, like, please, just, please. That's all she kept saying was please. I'm like, please what? Like, it was so, like, I could not feel bad because, y'all, she was the type of person to where, like, if she felt like she was up, she finna try to shit on everybody, and I just so happened to be the person that she was always trying to shit on, and I'm not finna do that. Like, so, yeah, she's in the middle of the tattoo shop, like, crying, begging, pleading. I'm like, girl, I done missed my slide. I'm trying to go get my belly button pierced. I done missed my time slide. Atia and Tuki went and got what they was getting done. Okay, I had to stop because the train was coming. So, y'all, I'm trying to see where I left off at. We getting ready to leave the tattoo shop. Y'all, let me tell y'all how dirty Atia did me. Atia was like, when it was time to go back, when it was time to leave, Atia was like, I'm gonna just ride with Tuki. I'm gonna let y'all handle that. Like, girl, you the one that's hoping to go back and pick up this girl because you feel bad for her. Now you finna leave me with, okay, Atia. So I'm like, okay, y'all be safe, da-da-da. So y'all, soon as Atia and Tuki drove off, this girl started going crazy. I put the car in reverse. And she keep trying to throw the car in park, talk about you finna sit here and talk to me. No, I'm finna take you back to your mama like I told you I was doing when we left this tattoo shop. Like, I was not playing with you. We was like right by the freeway, so it only took like a few seconds to get to the freeway because we was like, where we was at was right off the feeder. So we get on the freeway. Y'all, as soon as I get going, this girl was like, she just started saying like all this crazy stuff like, I'ma kill myself if you don't want to be with me and da-da-da-da. And like, it was like, at that point, I couldn't even like take it serious when she was saying it because it wasn't the first time that she had said it. And like I said, every time she was up, I was the same person that she was shitting on, even though when she didn't have shit, I was the only person doing for her. Like, her own mama wasn't doing nothing for her. So I was like, okay, girl, whatever. Like, I'm not even trying to hear that. I'm turning the radio up. She keeps turning the radio off. She pushing the power button. And she was like, you don't want to talk to me? You don't want to be with me? And she like just starts like fidgeting around. I'm like, what is she doing? Then it clicks in my mind. She's looking for the unlock button because I had just got this car, so it didn't have like the unlock buttons on the doors. It was like under the radio. So I'm like, this girl looking for the unlock button. This girl, when she finally found the button, she unlocks the door and tries to jump out of the car as I'm driving down the freeway. So I pull over onto the shoulder and I'm like, I'm just looking at her because like she running up and down the freeway. But it's like after midnight, so it's not that many cars on the freeway, if any. I don't think any cars even passed us, but like, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? So I was like, I'm not finna chase her. I called her friend. I was like, your friend out here like on the freeway talk about she finna kill herself and all this other stuff. Her friend was like, oh my God, like, I don't even remember what the girl was saying. So I just hung up on her. I was like, okay, I'm finna call the police. So I called the police. I'm like, yes, I'm on 45 North by exit such and such, right across from this car dealership. Y'all, soon it only took the police like 2 or 3 minutes to get there. Y'all, why when the police pulled up behind me, this girl jumps over the guardrail because she was on the other side of the freeway. She jumps over the guardrail, climbs into the backseat of my car, acts like nothing happened, drive off.
Oh, hell no.
Like, girl, no, you ain't finna. girl, you ain't finna have me running from the police. You wanna get out here acting crazy, run up and down the freeway. Okay, so these police can deal with you. So the police was like, so what's going on? I told them what's going on. So they were like, basically, she's a girlfriend. They won't take no for it. So I was like, yeah, that's exactly it. They were like, did she hit you or anything? I was like, no, why? And he was like, oh, because your lip, it looks like you have like blood in the crack of your lips. But I still had on my red lipstick from the football game earlier. I was like, oh no. I was like, that's definitely not a problem. I was like, no, she didn't. So they were like, okay, let's pull off to this gas station so we can get off the freeway. So they were like, so we can do this. We can take her to jail, or you can be responsible for her for the rest of the night and take her back to her mother or whatever. So I'm like, I did tell them, I was like, let me take like 5 minutes to think about it. And she at the window the whole time talking about, please don't let them take me to jail. I'ma just go with my mama. I'ma just go with my mama. Y'all should have let them take her ass to jail. As soon as we get back in the car and drive out, as soon as she saw the police was out of the distance, she go back to the same stuff. Took her back to the hospital. She didn't want to get out the car. So we go to the house, and y'all, I'm like, I'm tired at this point. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I had been up since 5 o'clock in the morning before, because I had practice before school, then the football game, all this. I'm drained. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go take a shower and go to sleep. She like want to hold my phone hostage, talk about if somebody call or text you, I'm answering it. Okay, you want to be up with that all night? That don't got nothing to do with me. Every time I kept trying to go to sleep, she was just like fidgeting and messing with me. I was like at this point, I was like, girl, if you touch me again, I'm gonna punch you in the face. The next day, or not even really the next day, when the sun came up, her mama called her. Mind you, all this stuff has happened. Her mama has not heard from her since the night before. Wouldn't even bother to call and check on her child. So her mama calls and she's like, are you coming to the hospital because the doctor gave me a prescription and I need you to drop it off for me? How she gonna drop something off for you? Honey, she ain't got no car. You need me to drop it off, so you called the wrong person. We go to the hospital and her mama, we sitting up in the, I'm just looking around because, baby, I'm waiting. I am waiting for her mama to be like, okay, we going home, so I can be like, good, bye. Her mama was like, Shanti, can you please go drop this prescription off for me or whatever? So we go to Walgreens, drop off the prescription, and y'all, the whole ride there and back, she just looking at me like, are you really breaking up with me? Like, really, you really don't want to talk to me? Like, girl, you have carried out and acted a freaking fool. And mind you, she broke up with me for the millionth time. Thank God. When I went back to the hospital, I was only planning on dropping her off anyways. I did not plan on getting out the car. But when I dropped her off, my mama started calling me. So I was like, okay, I'm finna go do such and such for my mama. Y'all, when she got out the car and I left her at the hospital, I never looked back. Just think about it. She broke up with me, talked so much about me on Twitter, called me out my name, everything, like anything you could think of that she could say about me on Twitter, she tried to say. Then expecting me to go back to her and continue being her girlfriend. No. Then she stalks me, pops up at my football game, and is waiting for me in the parking lot, standing by my car. Like, okay, y'all, so I'm gonna just go ahead and leave off right there until we get to part 2, because y'all, part 2, it gets so much crazier. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see y'all on part 2.